Yo, people, what you telling me? Back again with another footy talk, and yo, we got a debut, fam. What you telling me?
I'm good, bro. I'm blessed, man. Listen, just came off of stream with Saeed as always. You know, my club just keeps getting fried. You know what I'm trying to say? But we're gonna chop it up, man. Big up yourself, Rants, as well, man. 100K, I see you, bro. I see you, man. That's big things. That's big things. Trust me.
Come on, my bro. Big up, man. What you telling me, though, Brad? I see a stat. I think yesterday was the first Premier League weekend, yeah, since 2012 that Raheem ain't played football, blood. What's going on with him?
Bro, listen, he's clearly not part of the plans. That's what it is. He's clearly not part of the plans. You know, I was just talking to these lot about it as well, bro. I think it was very selfish to come out and do what he did because end of the day, it's football. It's a men's game. If you don't get picked, you've got to firm it. Yeah, what we're gonna have now, a situation where every single time a player doesn't make the squad, they come out with a big novel talking about, oh, I came back early, I done this, I'm committed, bro. We don't need to hear all of that. He didn't do anything disrespectful. He just told him, bro, you're not part of the squad for this week. We move. You keep it like that.
Bro, it's an ego thing though, isn't it? It's one of them ones where it's a weird one for me with football because I said the same thing with like Wan-Bissaka and loads of other players, yeah. And for me personally, yeah, as a man, if the manager tells me I don't want you here, I'm finding another club. I know people are like, oh yeah, but man's got a contract and all that, but it's like, bro, you're gonna get paid anyway. You know them ones, but why are you still here, fam? Like, why is it taking this long? It's taken for the manager to drop you, and then you're acting like you're a victim, bro. You're out of favor. And the thing is, you didn't even have a good season last season. It's not like you're coming off the back of a good season. I've been saying, yeah, from last season, Raheem Sterling was Chelsea's biggest problem because he can't be coming in with the reputation he's come in on. He's supposed to be a talisman. He was meant to be the marquee. He's on 300 plus, and you're getting outperformed by Cole Palmer in his first season, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Exactly, bro. Listen, he came in last year. The first year, I gave him a little bit of grace, to be honest with you, because I've always said, yeah, with Sterling, you need him to be in a ready-made team. You can't be playing him with any guys, bro. Like, every time he played at Man City, that team was ready-made. He was playing with some ballers at Liverpool as well, you know? But, bro, he's just got worse in terms of his take-ons. He gets tackled all the time. He gets the ball. He can't do the simple little link-up. It's grenade football. I call our left-hand side grenade football, bruv. Him, Mudryk, all them sort of guys, yeah, it's grenade most of the time. You know what I'm trying to say? But off the bench, he actually did all right when he was coming off the bench last year. But the problem is, like people are saying, he's comfortable in London, bro. He's on 325 a week in London. I think yesterday was just a way of saying, yo, you lot are trying to push me out, but listen, I've got 3 years left. I ain't going anywhere. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. I don't think he's going to want to go Saudi right now. That's what it sounds like because, bro, he's getting bread in London regardless. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's true. It's the money, but this is why having a wage structure is so important, bro. Because when you got players on that money, how are you getting them out of the club? That you can't make a man give up 300 and something. We had the same thing with De Gea, bro. De Gea was on 375 because we got desperate. Highest paid goalkeeper in the world, one of the highest paid players in the Premier League. Brother, you ran that shit all the way down to the end, bro, and then took a year out. The guy had so much bread, he didn't even need a job.
But this is the problem though, Rants, because Todd Bowley came in, and if you remember, he was doing all the recruitment, basically, yeah, and getting a bit of help from Tuchel. He's the one that gave him the 325, bro. Because in his world, Raheem Sterling's a big name, so Raheem Sterling was still world class. But if he knew about football, he would know that the season before he came to Chelsea, he was getting benched. Most of the games, he was being benched, bro. He was coming off the bench. He still got double digits in that, but Pep was slowly phasing him out. And Pep said at the time, yo, I'm happy for him to stay, but it's going to be in a different role. You know, Raheem's got a big ego. He said, nah, fuck that. Let me go somewhere else where I'm going to be treated like the star. That was the problem. He was never worth no 325 at that point. But that's what happens when you've got Bowley running about trying to do things, you know? So if the sporting directors were there, bro, he would have never been signed. And if he was, not for that money weekly. No way. No way.
No, that's facts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Pep system, yeah, bro. I always said it. I've never been a fan of Raheem Sterling, bro. Do you know what I mean? I've never, like, football-wise, I see what he gives the team, but everything's got to be perfect for him. Everything's got to be perfect. He's had some good moments in an England shirt, but other than that, hey, bro, it's not the one at all, blood. And
you can't depend on it.
The hell no. And the way that Chelsea played yesterday, I could fully see why you wouldn't want a player like Raheem Sterling, bro. He doesn't fit into that mold of football that you man are trying to play, bro. I thought yesterday's performance was solid, bro. Like, it's one of them ones where you can see where Chelsea spent a lot of money, Goalkeeper's not good enough to play out from the back. He probably should have saved the second goal as well. But playing out from the back, bruv, you conceded a goal playing out with your goalkeeper and your centre backs. Your centre backs and your goalkeeper ain't good enough to play out from the back, bro. If you're gonna build from the back with the ball, you have to build your squad from the back.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Your goalkeeper, then you get your defensive players, and then you build forward, innit? You man have done the opposite thing. You strengthened everything this way, and at the back, bro, you got no centre backs.
Yeah, I think for me, Jorgensen is definitely better than Sanchez on the ball, innit? Like, I've watched a lot of his games back, yeah. And in preseason, I even tweeted about it. I said, yo, this guy looks a lot more comfortable on the ball. I'm seeing the centre backs punching it into him, yeah, and he's just bringing it down like an outfield player, you know. His distribution's a lot better. And what I've said about him is I actually think he will help us play better. In terms of his shot stopping, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's actually quite decent, you know. People talk about the team that he was at Villarreal, yeah, bro. These man, when they were defending, it was like mannequins, bro. All the games I'm watching back, Rants, I'm watching all the goals that he conceded, yeah. It's like they weren't there. They conceded over 60 goals, but he was saving them in a lot of games as well. So for me, how I look at him, if we put him in the back of the net, we can't be having multiple shots against him, because he's not like a Alisson, he's not a Martinez, he's not a Valles, he's not that type of keeper. He's like an Edison, where he's very good on the ball, but shot stopping, he's not the best, if that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say? But I need to see him come in now, bro, because Sanchez, he's finished, bro. The guy is not good enough to be playing at my club. De Zerbi had him as third choice, bro. Third choice. You know, it was embarrassing, bro. I'm at the game yesterday. I'm seeing Sanchez just pinging it into Man City chops every time he gets the ball, yeah? Long range passes straight to a Man City player. With Sanchez off the pitch, bro. Yeah? Or he'll go to one of the midfielders, and straight away, we're panicking because of what he's doing. You know, and like you said, his shot stopping ain't even all that. It's very inconsistent. So that signing has always been one that I'm like, yo, what are you lot really doing? We had a guy called Ben Roberts from Brighton. Yeah, he came to Chelsea, and apparently he was the one that helped Sanchez break through the ranks and whatnot. Maybe he was the one that said, yo, let's bring Sanchez. But this guy, man, he's not good enough, man. Honestly, he's not good enough, bro.
Bruv, it's crazy. What did you make of the game overall, though? Because I thought you lot were good. Like, it's weird, isn't it? Like, when I watched the game, yeah, like I always said, like even though it wasn't a preseason game, yeah, I looked at the game and I was like, this is first game of the season. If this is what you man are doing now, it's a decent thing to build on, because it's a tough test for the first game of the season. A lot of teams got games they were supposed to win. Man United's game, we were supposed to win. Liverpool's game, they were supposed to win. Arsenal's game, they were supposed to win. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got a game that you're not really supposed to win, and you're looking at the performance. And I thought the performance was solid, bro. Like, I see bare people saying our City didn't get out of like first gear and that, bro. You didn't let them out of first gear.
Exactly.
It wasn't like that City weren't trying to play. You didn't let them play.
Exactly. That's my point. You know, off the ball, we kept a very good shape, because that was one of the things that I was scared about, yeah? In pre-season, we've seen Celtic on the transition, peak. Wrexham on the transition, peak. Man City, we kept giving away stupid goals, peak. But yesterday, what I was seeing, bro, on and off the ball, it was a good shape. But the problem for me was that I think Maresca was trying to have a little bit too much control, and he respected Pep too much. Because what he likes usually is touchline wingers. And we didn't have any width, bro, yeah? If you look at the difference in the wingers with Man City and Chelsea, they had Doku and Savio. We had Nkuku and Palmer. Who's gonna run and try to take on their man? We've got Madueke on the bench. You've got Neto on the bench. The dynamic on the wings wasn't there, bro. Everything was coming through.
The direct player, innit? Yeah.
We needed that. We needed a little bit of directness. Even if you start Palmer on the right, so you can fit everyone in the midfield, yeah. You need to at least start Neto or Sterling or Mudryk, one of those guys on the left, yeah. And then obviously Enzo playing in the 10, it didn't help us. I'm seeing people trying to cook Enzo, but I'm looking at the manager more, because we know Enzo is not a good 10, bro. Like, in between the lines, he is not a quick thinker. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, with Palmer, any 10s that you think of, yeah, that are good in that position, Rants, yeah, you got Palmer, you've got Nkuku, you've got, I don't know, Odegaard. They are quick thinkers. They improvise on their feet. With Enzo, he needs a lot of time to think, bro. That's why he's good in the first phase. You give him the ball, he'll look at the situation, he'll switch the ball. You know what I'm trying to say? He will dictate the game. When you're asking this guy to like make quick decisions with man pressing him, he's not that guy. So what do you expect him to do in that role? You know what I'm trying to say? When he got moved further back, I thought he was better. But again, I thought he had a decent performance as well. But overall, I just think there was a few pieces that could have been done a little bit better, and at the same time individual performances weren't great for certain players. Like Gusto, he got fried by Doku yesterday. Cucurella, Savio fried him in that first half. Foden didn't do anything to him, but in the first half, he got fried. So listen, again, it's not the end of the world. I saw a lot of things that I'm taking from the game, and I'm like, yo, we can build from this. 110% we can build from this. I'm looking at that performance with more confidence than what I saw from United, in all honesty. Like, I don't know if you feel the same, if you're looking at both of them.
Bro, 100%. But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, this is what football is about. It's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You don't win and lose like top 4 or the title with one game. As much as we might look at one game and we'll say, yo, that was the turning point. It's not really that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, football is a game, yeah, of confidence as well, bro. Like, Chelsea will take more out of that loss than Man United could take out of that win, really. Because I looked at the way we played, and it was remnants of last season. The only difference for me was that we're creating a bit more now. Do you know what I mean? I'm not coming out of games last season saying, yo, could have won 4-0. Like, I don't remember a game like that. Yes, like that other day, I'm remembering Bruno missing 2 chances, Mount missing a chance. I'm remembering missed chances. Before, it weren't missed chances. It was we're not creating anything at all.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So we're creating more, and we're conceding less. We're conceding less of the chances that we would concede last year. So there's been an improvement, but I don't think there's been as big an improvement as I saw with Chelsea, bro. Like, and we know that Enzo can't play the 10 because people getting onto Poch for doing it, and then a new manager comes in and does the same thing, and it looks like he's got 3 midfielders and he doesn't want to drop one.
Exactly, bro. I thought when I saw that lineup, I thought it would be Enzo as one of the 8s in the left half space, and Caicedo as the other 8 in the right half space, and then Lavia in the 6. So I was confused when I saw 4-2-3-1. I'm seeing Enzo as a 10. I said, yo, you were telling us lot that you've watched all our games back. You would know he doesn't work in that 10. But then we've got a problem now, Rants, because he's the captain right now. There's a lot of captains in that, but he's basically been made the vice. So it kind of feels like he has to be shoehorned into the team. But I've already said, but we've got a lot of midfield options. Enzo doesn't need to start. I was asking for Enzo to get subbed off at halftime, put Palmer in the 10, and bring on Neto to play right wing or something. You know, do something different. You know what I'm trying to say? But I don't think he had the worst performance. The way people are moving, it's like he was shit. I don't think he was shit yesterday, bro. I thought he had a decent game, in all honesty.
Yeah, but he had them eye-catching moments in vital positions where he miscontrolled the ball on the edge of the box twice, where man could have been in and the ball bounced off him. And those 2 opportunities there, if that's into Cole Palmer's feet, one of them end up in the back of the net.
Or in Cuckoo. And we know Enzo's exactly. We know Enzo's not that great at crashing the box, bro. Yeah. Last season there was a stat at one point in the season he had the most missed shots from attempted shots or something like that. Right? He kept shooting. He's not even getting on target, bro. You know. So I don't know. Like, for me, the way I view football is a little bit different to how a lot of these guys view it. Yeah. Like Levi Cole, for example. I'm not gonna overly criticize him playing at left back when I know he can't play that role. Same thing as Enzo. I'm not going to fry him when I know he's not playing in that role. I'm looking more at the manager. And I've got the same energy for every club, bro. Like, when I'm seeing Foden playing left wing, I don't like it. I saw him playing right wing yesterday. He didn't really do much. I don't like it, you know? So, it is what it is. We just have to hope that Maresca learns from that and says, yo, okay, cool. Next time, we won't play him there. That's the first time we've seen him do that, to be fair. You know, he's played Enzo mainly in, like, the left half space, and he played him in the right half space as an actual 8, not as a 10.
Yeah, it's a weird one, bruv. Like, we just need to see over the course of the season, it will tell you what your manager's on in it, like how safe he wants to play it. Against the lesser teams, he doesn't need to play all 3 of those midfielders. He doesn't. I think the big problem is that Lavia has come in, and he's done so well. Because he would have been the easy one to drop. Because he's the cheapest one. He's the youngest one as well. So he would have been the easy one to drop. But he's come in and he's looked so good. It's kind of like he's got to play. Do you know what I mean? And Caicedo's got to play because Caicedo screens. Like, I don't get the Caicedo slander. I'll be honest. Like, I see people talking about him, but the way he screens and the way that he cleans up, it's just like he's essential in that team, bro. Like, I don't understand how people. Okay, I can understand how people can't see it because a lot of the work he does is thankless. You know them ones. He'll screen, he'll win the ball, and he'll pop it off in one touch. So he'll just be there, and you don't see him. And it's one of them ones where players like Caicedo, when you do see them, it's usually because they're having a bad game. You know what I mean? And He's just a good player. I don't understand the Caicedo's rubbish stuff. Like
Well,
like,
that's what it is, though, man. That's the narrative when it comes to Chelsea rants. Like anyone who comes to Chelsea is a shit player all of a sudden. But then in the same breath, all of these guys that are saying that will take them for their club. It's crazy. And Caicedo right now ain't even playing at his best. Like before the season finished, he was playing very well. Copa America, he was playing very well. But I've watched a lot of football this weekend, yeah, and you can tell a lot of these players are yet to get their full fitness, bro.
yeah,
A lot of these players, they're not sharp, you know. So when I'm looking at Caicedo, he's still got a lot to do, bro. A lot to do. But like you're saying, bro, in terms of off the ball, the screening, him and Lavia were very good. KDB was basically non-existent in the game. It wasn't really doing anything through the midfield. It was mainly through the wing. And obviously at the end, Kovacic, he went on that mad run because again we made a silly mistake. But apart from that, I thought we did quite well in the midfield, bro.
Yeah, facts. And this is why you have to see what he does, bro. I'll be real. Like Enzo has to get dropped. If we're being completely honest, it's him that has to get dropped. When you look at it, the manager has to be brave, especially against the lesser teams. I can understand all three of them against the Man Cities and that, but against the lesser teams, you gotta be brave. You gotta play Cole in there. Like even the Dewsbury Hall signing, I don't understand it. I saw he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. But does he improve on what you already had at the club? I don't think so. I think that
he's an improvement on Gallagher. He's definitely an improvement on Gallagher, in my opinion.
Actually, time will tell. To be fair, yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's a better footballer than Gallagher. Yeah. I don't doubt that for a second. But it's like it's the levels that you man are trying to get to. For me, I feel like you could have done better than him.
Yeah, but who else could we have gone in for? Because he's not a starter, bro. He's not a guaranteed starter.
So what? He just brought him in just as a squad player.
Yeah, basically, yeah, and he understands the system as well. Because you have to think about it, Rants. Yeah, what it is, we want a situation where it's like if Palmer's not available because he's injured or Nkuku's not available, whoever's coming in can still do well in that role, if that makes sense. What happened last year is we had too much of a drop off, bro. Too much of a drop off. You know what I'm trying to say? People think Gallagher was this amazing player for us, bro. He was playing in a system which suited him, so it made him look, it made him stand out. But a lot of the time, I'm seeing this guy meant to be crashing the box. He's missing chance after chance. So many times he can just create chances for the attackers. He's slipping, bro, like his boots are too big. I keep saying this. The guy plays like his boots are too big. You know what I'm trying to say? So for me, bro, with Dewsbury Hall, like I said, he's definitely an improvement in terms of the base level. If he comes in...
he raises the floor, innit? I hear it.
Yeah, he raises the floor. So if he comes in against, I don't know, like an Ipswich or whatever, I'm not worried. I'm not looking at him thinking, oh, shit, like Dewsbury Hall starting. I think he'll do quite well. And off the bench, he's a good option to have off the bench as well, in my opinion. And obviously, we're looking at Felix as well. So, boy, just more quality being added to the squad.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you deal with all that, though? That's the thing. It's like, Joao Felix, man is saying they want to bring in a striker. Like, and what I meant with the Dewsbury Hall thing is when I'm looking at United squad, yeah, I'm looking at profiles, innit? Like, the reason why I want Sander Berg is because he's a profile that we don't have. We don't have a six that can screen, yeah, and can build in the first phase. We don't have that. We do not have that. So if he comes in, yeah, even though he's not a big name, he gives us a different profile. With Dewsbury Hall, I rate him as a player, but I don't understand what profile of player he is that you don't already have. Because if you've got Enzo, Caicedo, fucking Lavia, and then also you've got Cole that is a 10. He's not really a winger anyway. And Nkuku can play centrally as well. And now you're trying to get Felix as well. That's already 6 man. It's like... And then Dewsbury Hall to do what brought him in to play League Cup.
Do you know what it is about Dewsbury Hall, bro? There's a lot of games, Rants, man. I think what it is, I think the owners have a little bit of PTSD with the amount of injuries that we had as well. They don't want to be in a situation again where if we have injuries like that, yeah, it's a problem, you know. And then the manager starts using that as excuses. They're trying to boost the squad as much as they can because we could be playing up to 70 games, bro. We're in the what's that thing called? End of the season. What's that thing, man? That all the clubs are in Chelsea, Real Madrid, the cup. What's that cup called?
Was that the Club World Cup thing? Or
yeah, the Club World Cup, and the whole structure for that's been changed. But with Dewsbury Hall, bro, he can bring more goals and assists from midfield. Only Palmer was doing that last season, and Nkuku, we know we can't depend on his fitness as well. And Felix's end products ain't great. You're talking about a guy that just came off a 26 GA season. Yeah, people would tell me, oh, it's the championship, but give me all the names of midfielders that have been doing that, bro. In the championship, you can't give me much.
Bro, he's very good in it. Like I wanted him at Manchester United, bro. I rate him, but I think he's better than Mount. You know them ones. And for me, he would have been one of them players that, yeah, cool, McTominay goes out. You get someone like him in. Do you know what I'm saying? And he raises the floor for us, but he's got a better technical level than some of the players that we've got.
And he can press.
Your squad is stacked, bruv. That's the only thing I'm looking at. Like, it's crazy. When Sterling's not in the match day squad, like, man, know that the thing is stacked, and you still need a striker, and you probably need a centre-back or two, if we're being completely honest. So
we're not signing a centre back. We're not signing a centre back. This is what Chelsea fans need to get this out of their head. Yeah, we've just signed Anselmino, who had an amazing game by the way yesterday. Yeah, and we just signed him. Obviously, we've got Tosin, we've got Badiashile, we've got Colwell, we've got Fofana. Yeah, the past 2 years, Rants, we haven't had a pairing that we know, because it kept getting chopped and changed. Under Graham Potter, he kept changing it. Under Poch, he kept changing it because of injuries, because of form. At the back, bro, yeah, you know, centre backs, you need to have chemistry with your pairing, bruv. Yeah, that's a starting point. And for me, Fofana and Colwell's performance, it was a performance to build from, because I thought that they were actually better than what we usually see from them. I thought Fofana in large parts looked like the Fofana of old, and for me, Colwell, apart from the few bits where he can be quite aggressive, where he needs to get aggressive, I thought overall he did all right, in my opinion. We can't keep changing them and bringing new players in, because they'll never learn. Every week, you know what you're going to get from Arsenal. It's Saliba and Gabriel. Every week, you know what you're going to get from Spurs. It's Van de Ven, Romero. We're yet to have a partnership, bro. Now we need to build one. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't think these guys are amazing, but they're better than what we've seen so far at Chelsea. I'll be real. I think they can improve 110%, bro. We're not going to buy another centre-back. No way. No way.
That's crazy. I just don't think they're good enough. Like, I just don't think they're good enough individually. Like, Fofana, when you bought him, yeah, we don't know if his body's going to hold up the season. We also don't know if we can rely on him consistently in terms of the level that he's going to be able to produce. So outside of him, there's too many unknowns for me personally. When I look at your defense, there's too many unknowns. There's no sure things there, in it. And that's the one thing about United. When everyone was screaming to me saying, "Oh, get rid of Harry Maguire," and that, I said, "Bro, I get rid of Lindelof before Maguire every time." Harry Maguire is our fourth choice centre back, and he's the best fourth choice centre back in the league, bro. Now, no other team can't say that they can go and have Harry Maguire as the backup to the backup, bro. Like, bro, our centre back depth here is actually proper now. Like, and that's what it is, bro. We've got 4 solid centre backs, bro. And when I say solid, he can come in and do a job. I don't want to see Harry Maguire every week, but he came in and he done a job against Fulham, bro, and he was our best centre back. So when I'm looking at our centre backs here, and also the level of experience between all of them, like Lenny Yoro is the least experienced, and he's got 2 years under his belt, got into Liga and team of the season. The rest of these men are experienced, seasoned centre backs. Lissandro's seasoned, bro. International. Harry Maguire seasoned Premier League centre back, and De Ligt is seasoned Premier League, Champions League centre back. You don't have one centre back of the ilk of our first 3 centre backs. Not one.
I mean, obviously, what helps with the backup now, like, it's not Disasi's third choice. We've got Tosin. He's obviously got Premier League experience. I know he's not the best centre back, but you lot tried to hijack that deal. You know what I'm trying to say? So he can't be that bad. Newcastle tried to Newcastle tried to hijack that deal as well, innit? But like I've said, for me, yeah, listen, I know our defense has been shabby. It's been shaky as well. But I honestly believe that these guys can improve. With time, they can improve. With learning the system, with the confidence.
But do you have time? How long can you be outside the top 4?
Bro, we've got no choice right now, because there's no way we're gonna go sign another centre back, bro. Levi Colwell at Brighton, yeah, was good, very good. In fact, that's why Klopp wanted him. Yeah, that tournament that the England under-21s had, yeah, even rivals was slobbing this guy off. Oh my God, Colwell looks amazing and whatnot. I know he hasn't looked the best at Chelsea, but you have to give him a bit of time, bro. He's still young. Yeah, Fofana as well. He just came back from a long-term injury. You know, let's see how long he can hold up. I just think they need a little bit of time, bro, to keep learning and playing together. That's what it is.
You know, it is with Colwell, yeah. I don't know this to be true because enough time hasn't passed. But you know what it is? You see, when some of these players, when they go on loan from a big club, they got the big club ego and they go to the smaller club and they've got that confidence, bro, because they know that they come from Chelsea and they're one of the better players, bro. they perform well there, blood. And then they go back to their being the small fish again, bro. And then man just can't hack it, bro. You know them ones like his attitude, his whole aura and the way he carries himself don't look the same in that Chelsea team, bro. Yeah, maybe he's just not that level, blood.
But then if you remember when we played Man City away last season,
Yeah.
when we drew that game 1-1, and him and Disasi were brilliant that day. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there was a few times last season when Poch played him as a centre back, and he looked a lot better, a lot more comfortable than playing at left back, right? Because like I've told you already, the angles are completely different. So for me right now, I'm not writing them off. That's what a lot of Chelsea fans have done. Oh, these guys are shit. Let's go into the new ones. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not writing them off yet. I'm going to give it a bit more time. Yeah, because I've got a little bit more patience than a lot of these Chelsea fans. We'll see. 5-10 games in, we'll see how they're looking.
No, I hear it. Like, I understand what you're saying, but I more understand the John Obi McKells and the other Chelsea fans that are saying, yo, we ain't got this time done. You know the ones there, like, we've been a shadow of what we're supposed to be for too long now. And the signings we're making ain't showing me that we're trying to get back there. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it looks like you're buying players to flip them. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like you're buying players, to fucking to be serious right now. Like, you've got crazy depth, but the difference between your best player and your worst player for me is just too big, blood.
Yeah. I think what Clear Lake have shown already is that they're quite ruthless, Rants. You know, if Fofana and Cole, they can't get their shit together, bro, don't be surprised if next season they start to listen to offers for Cole. Because right now he's untouchable. But that could change if he doesn't improve. That's why I'm looking at both of them like, yo, you look, your place ain't safe long term, you know, if you don't improve. So I'm just looking at it and being realistic. I don't see the club going in for new centre backs. That's where you have to think internally and think, okay, how can we actually help them? And for me, a big way in helping them is allowing them to just keep playing together. Don't keep changing the back, bro.
Even if that's at the expense of results, though.
Obviously, if they're stinking out the place, then Badiashiel's got to come in it. Because for me, Badiashiel was actually quite good when he first came with Potter. Last season, he looked like a completely different player, bro. Yeah, the same way Chelsea fans talk about Gusto now. Most Chelsea fans will tell you they love Gusto. That's how it was with Badiashiel when he first came in, bro. Last year, I'm seeing this guy looking like a mess. I spoke about the structure of how Poch used to set us up, where Caicedo was by himself. Badiashiel was a technical centre-back. So when he gets the ball, he's looking to play it in between the lines. He's seen Gallagher hiding. He's seen Enzo Fernandez basically playing left wing. He's seen Caicedo.
Every time I watch him, I'm seeing him giving the ball away, trying to break lines from the back.
Yeah,
that's what I know him for.
And last season he wasn't good at doing that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because again, how the structure was set up. Obviously, there's certain times when I can't excuse for certain mistakes. I remember when we played Newcastle in the cup game. Yeah, if you remember that mistake he gave to Callum Wilson, bro. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. There's certain times he does crazy things where I can't excuse it. But I honestly think last year the system played a big part in how he was playing. Whereas this time round, I think the system would suit him a bit more. But obviously, Cole was ahead of him. So if Cole doesn't fix up Badiashiel's there, and hopefully he takes his opportunity. But I'm just being real. I'm just being realistic. I don't see us signing new centre backs right now. I just don't see it, bro.
No, I hear it. I probably don't see it, but I think that is something that you have to do, man. If I'm being honest, because how do you justify losing someone like Bernardo Silva?
Thiago Silva.
I mean, yes, Thiago Silva, sorry, and not replacing his. If you can't replace his quality, replace him with a player with a decent amount of experience. You can't be looking at Fofana thinking, all right, it's cool. Fofana's going to be that guy. This guy just come off the back of potentially career-ending injury, blood. You don't even know what Fofana's going to turn up. So how do you get rid of a player with that much experience, that much know-how, and then have nothing of even a similar level to step in like just bringing in one experienced centre-back? And when I say experience, 26, 27.
Who would you have brought in today's market, like Rants, after Thiago Silva's left? Now you've got the keys, to sign a Chelsea centre back, Who would you have wanted to bring in?
Depends on the gaffer. Well, if with this gaffer, who just from within the Premier League, you've got Guehi, you've got I like Anderson actually at Crystal Palace.
I like him as well.
For me, I think he's one of the best centre backs outside of the big clubs, but. One of them two, bro. Like, if you want to play football, get Guehi, bro. Like, he's composed on the ball. He can play out. He can do all the stuff that Badiashiel is supposed to be able to do. He's composed on the ball, bro. And he's Premier League experienced. And this brother's playing for a club that defends.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like he spends most of his time under the cosh in the Premier League, bro. And sometimes when you get defenders that are used to defending all the time, it's not bad, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the concentration's there. You know all these things are there. He's at the right age. I think he played for you lot in the academy or something, innit? Maybe you don't want to. Yeah, maybe you don't want to spend the money because you don't want to admit that you made a fucking mistake. But sometimes you just gotta pay the money, bro.
He left. Well, he left under Roman's time, innit? So it's got nothing to do with Clear Lake, yeah. But I think what it is with Chelsea, they were looking at a profile of a tall centre back, yeah. Because last year we struggled in the air, like bro, set pieces were basically like penalties against Chelsea. If you got a corner, you got a free kick and that, yeah, it's basically a penalty because none of our centre backs knew what they were doing in the air. That's why we've gone and signed Tosin because we brought in a new set piece coach from Brentford. So Gahey bringing him in, yes, I know he's good on the ball, but aerially he's not one of the best in the league. I'll be real, aerially he's poor. He's quite poor in the air. That's one of the main reasons why I think they probably didn't go in for him and went in for someone like a Tosin. Anderson, I don't know how tall he is to be fair, but he's very good. I like him as well. But yeah, man, I think the profile in bringing in Tosin was right, innit? But just looking at the market, yeah, I'm not really looking at any centre backs that are available, bro, like a Rudiger.
But was the profile right? Because he didn't really impose himself at Fulham. I was never looking at him at Fulham saying, yo, he's Fulham's main centre back, go get him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing that. So for me, bringing in a squad player at a team that's considerably weaker than my team doesn't really make sense, bro. Like, it doesn't really. Like, you needed a starter because Thiago Silva was a starter and then he aged out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to bring in a starter. This feels to me like when Man United, we had Vidic and Ferdinand, yeah, and instead of going and buying centre-backs, they man promoted Jones and Smalling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going and getting another Ferdinand or going and getting another Vidic, bro. And it's the cheap way, bro. It's the cheap way, bro.
And that's why I'm saying that it's an important year for Fofana and Colwell because they're obviously putting a lot of trust in them. Fofana, they're hoping that he can stay fit. They're hoping that he can get that form back from Leicester. You know, Colwell, same sort of thing. They're hoping that he can improve as a player because he's still quite young. But if it doesn't work, like I've said, I won't be surprised if next summer these guys get moved on and we bring in different centre backs. But for me, ideally, I want someone like a Rudiger, bro, like a Militao, a dog. You know what I'm trying to say? And looking in the market, bro, there's no one at that level that's available. That's realistic as well. That's the problem. That's the problem, bro.
No, it's gonna cost money. Do you know what I'm saying? To go out and get a player like a Bastoni or something like that, man, have to go slap down 50 mil at least. Do you know what I'm saying?
How old is Bastoni?
I don't know. I think what mid-20s or something.
I know Goonie likes him as well. I ain't see much of him to really comment on him, to be honest with you.
Either player, man. You know what I mean? It's just one of them ones where I'll be real, yeah. Like you just need one, bro. You just need one, blood, because it makes so much difference. Man, are saying Bastoni, yeah, mid-20s, 25, 26, but they're saying it would cost 80 million. I don't think it would cost 80 million. Do you know what I'm saying? But even if he would cost 80 million, look at the amount of money that you spent on your midfield, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of an investment, like you don't spend fucking Lavia costs about 60 or something. Caicedo costs over 100. Enzo costs over 100. You don't spend near enough 300 million on your midfield and then cheap out on your defense, especially when you're trying to play out from the back and cheap out on your goalkeeper. That doesn't make no sense. Especially if the football you play, you have to play through the back. So you have to make sure there's quality at the back to get the ball to the middle, to get the ball up top.
But this is where Maresca's gonna earn his money, Rants, man. Because when you bring in a coach, any coach that you have, you want him to be able to improve the players, you know. So in a few weeks' time, bro, I'm hoping that we're gonna be sitting here laughing at what these lot were doing at the start of the season. You know, laughing at what they were doing last year because he's managed to improve them a lot and the team just looks a lot better. Because end of the day, yeah, bro, winning breeds confidence all across the pitch. You know what I'm trying to say? And getting clean sheets will help these lot as well. So again, bro, it's just one of them ones where it's like we have to deal with it internally and just improve these guys. That's the main thing right now.
No, I hear it. It's gonna be an interesting season, but I genuinely think you lot are gonna be fine, bruv. Like I said it to Monts as well. Monts is still in denial. He doesn't realize he's in a top 4 race. Do you know what I'm saying? But It's just one of them ones. He's in a top 4 race with Chelsea, with Man United, with Tottenham. This player thinks that the top 4 is guaranteed for these man. Their man are in for a rude awakening. I see their centre back, man like Kwanzaa, who was telling me was better than Lenny Euro, yeah, crying on the bench at half time because he got hooked by the manager. And the manager said he lost all his jewels, blood, and they needed to control the game and they took him off. So I don't know, bro. Like, this is gonna be a proper race. Like, this ain't gonna be no one ducking away and all that. Like, Arsenal is doing the same old Arsenal shit. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Keeping the ball. It's boring, but it's effective. They're gonna be up there challenging again. Do you know what I'm saying? With Man City, and everyone else is scrapping for the same spots, bro. Aston Villa included as well.
Bro, Rants, listen, yeah, bro. I was at the bridge yesterday, yeah, and listen, it was disgusting. Some of the things that I was hearing, like they're singing Gallagher's song. What else were they doing? They were booing, like hissing and that, yeah, when we were trying to build up from the back, because obviously they just want everything to be quick. Yeah. And I'm looking at people around me, and I'm like, bro, I was even chatting to the guy next to me. I'm like, yo, Man City right now off the ball, yeah, are basically closing off any passing lanes. If we just play it there and force it, we're going to lose the ball. And then straight away, we're going to concede.
And they're going to on both sides as well, bro. And they defended a lot deeper than I'm used to seeing them defend as well.
I'm so glad you said that, bro, because that low block they had goes to show me that they know we've got some dangerous players. I barely ever see Man City defend like that. I think they defended like that against Arsenal. That's one of the few times I've ever seen them defend that low. Yeah, because they know that we've got players that can hurt them. The likes of Neto and that came on. You know what I'm trying to say? But end of the day, I know myself that performance I can take a lot away, because I'm already looking forward to the next game, bro. You know, I'm speaking to all these guys in the ground, proper Chelsea guys, yeah, and they weren't angry, bro. They were just talking to me like, yeah, I thought we actually played all right today. I thought we did quite well, and you know, there's a lot to take from this game. But rivals like Mons, they're just in denial because they're hoping that we'll never improve. But end of the day, we've got good players, bro. It's all about making it a good team. That's the main problem. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, 100%. And bro, that's where the manager's got to earn his money, innit? Like, what are the fans saying anyway? Because I know them man are mad passionate and that. What are they saying about your players getting frozen out by the manager? Because the man are singing Gallagher's song. I hate when shit like that happens. Because for me, it's like, bro, why are you trying to keep us in the ghetto for, blood? Like, you know them, like our fans do that as well. Like, apparently, Fulham have matched the asking price for Scott McTominay that we wanted 30 million. I'm glad he's going. I'm seeing certain man saying, oh, no, we can keep Scott as a squad player. Next man are saying, oh, we should turn Luke Shaw into a centre-back. Get rid of these guys, bro. Like, bro, why are we keeping them?
They're too sentimental. That's the problem. They're too sentimental and it blinds their judgment, yeah? I'm telling you, Rants, I'm sitting next to some of these guys last season, yeah? Gallagher will get the ball. He'll kick it off the pitch. They'll stay quiet. 2 seconds later, yeah? Conor Gallagher. And I'm like, brother, did you just see what this guy just did a second ago? He literally just kicked it off the pitch and you're singing his name. Yeah. All it is they've got this obsession with Cobham. Like with me, I love players coming through in it at all clubs. When I see United guys like Garnacho and that all coming through, I'm like, yeah, this is good. Rashford, you know, Arsenal, Noneri, it's good. It's good for football to have that. But end of the day, just because you're coming from Cobham doesn't mean that I'm gonna now think you're Iniesta. Now think that you're on
respect like everyone else.
If you're good enough, I will rate you, and you will know that I believe you're good enough. But bro, Gallagher, what top 6 clubs are taking him and starting him right now, bro? Arsenal aren't starting him. Man United are not starting him, and these are all teams that we need to be, you know, up there against. You know what I'm trying to say? So, boy, it's just again, like I said, people are just emotionally attached to this guy. It's weird, bro. It's weird.
Yeah, but it's a thing with academy players all the way through. Like, even in our fan base, it's like you can't criticize academy players, but bro, they're players like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you criticize academy players, but you can criticize just because a player costs 20 million or 30 million or 60 million, bro? They're footballers. It don't matter whether you're free or not. As soon as you're in the squad, you're up for criticism like everyone else.
Yep.
You're not performing, bro, because there's no rite of passage here from the academy to the first team. You have to earn it. Just like the players that we signed had to earn being bought in the first place. You're under the same scrutiny, blood. This academy man can play shit and it's brazy. Like, I was watching the show with Saeed before that. Man's talking about, like, I don't mind if Marcus Rashford plays like that. This brother's on 300 and something grand a week, bro, not impacting football matches. And we're lowering our standards for what we expect from Rashford because he's Rashford, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But if Sancho plays like that, Man is saying he can't play, he can't hack it in the Prem. Get him out of here. Nothing performances, bro.
It's true.
Nothing performances.
It's true, bro. It's true, man. It's true what you're saying, bro. Like, it's just like I said, there's one rule for guys that come through the academy, and it really jars me. And the annoying thing is, these lot are standards FC. You know, they talk about standards all the time. Oh, we used to win all this under Roman. We used to do all of this under Roman. But then they're begging for the likes of Gallagher to be starting. Come on now. Be serious. Be serious.
Like, you want to win? Do you know what I'm saying? Or you man just on the emotional bandwagon thing? That's what I want to know. Because when I'm looking at this Man United squad, yeah, it's like there's a lot of players, even though I can see what they give us. If I'm serious about winning, I'm knowing I can't win trophies with these, man. Not really. You know them ones. Like, if City are the benchmark and we look at them, even when you look at Liverpool under Klopp here, their worst players were like Milner and that. Like, he's still a good Premier League level footballer.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Like, he's still a good Premier League level footballer. Even if they play Milner at left back, it's better to play Milner at left back than man having to drag up Harry Amas from the academy to play at left back. I'd rather play Milner. You get what I'm saying? So what people need to understand is you're only as strong as your weakest link, bro. And when you're looking at this squad and there's bare weak links in it, when I'm looking at Man United squad, Eriksen can leave because he don't do nothing. McTominay can leave. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when you look at, bro, Mason Mount is rubbish. I don't know why we bought him.
Brother.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's too many.
About him. I literally just, honestly, Rants, yeah. I know how you feel about
nothing players, bro. They're nothing.
This is the thing, though. This is the thing, though. Mount, he actually earned his respect at Chelsea because when he broke through at Chelsea, he was very good, bro. Yeah, he's one of the main reasons why we even won the Champions League. Yeah, and that was warranted at the time. Obviously, the last year at Chelsea, he fell off, and it seems like he still can't get his form back for United right now. So I'm looking at Mount for United, yeah. Bro, this is basically make or break here for him. This is make or break here for him, bro.
Already.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Already make and break. Brothers, make or break for Rashford as well. After the dead season he had, and then the season before he got the contract, man scored 4 goals on that, bro. We're accepting this because he's an academy player, bro. And I feel like I'm always crashing it on this guy, yeah. And it's because I just don't like how all of it is being portrayed, and I don't like the inconsistencies in how people judge players. I don't like it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because with Marcus Rashford, yeah, they can turn around and say, oh, but we know that he's capable of having 1 good season in 4. But then with Sancho, he's a write-off. This brother was playing in the Champions League final a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden, he ain't got nothing to offer us. But Rashford, it's all right. We'll just let him play himself into form, even if it takes 6 months. Like, what are we doing?
I just think your overall squad, the players that you've got, I just don't really think they suit what Sancho's trying to do, man. I can see Sancho, as much as I don't want Sancho, bro, Sancho would love playing with the players that we've got. You know what I'm saying? The real jugadors, bro. He would love it. Yeah, but I think he's done.
Your club wants to play, you know. I'll be real, because like even when I watch him play, yeah, we do have the players, but the manager doesn't want to play that football. Because we got players like
okay, yeah. True.
We got players like Delete, we got players like Mazraoui, Dalot.
That's
like,
true.
These man want to pop it. Like, they do want to pop, and they can pop. If we get a couple midfielders in, we've got enough man that can pop and move, yeah, that we can be playing a football. Lissandro wants to pop it. Like, we've got man that actually want to pop it, bro.
Now, you do have some technical players. You do. You're right.
The manager wants to play football without the football. He wants to play without the ball. He wants to do this high intensity, high pressing, doing all of these other things, yeah? And then when we get the ball, he wants to be super, super direct, bro. And it's like, that don't really work, bro. Like, there's no top teams in football that are playing that way. There's none. Klopp done it and then burnt out. And now Arnie's trying to do the possession thing, bro. Possession football is the way.
No, facts. And this is what Chelsea fans need to understand, bro. This is the new way. This is the wave, bro. Yeah. And when we start winning again, that's the time that they're gonna shut up. And hopefully, you know, against Wolves, the next game, we win that game, because, bro, that booing was just embarrassing. First game Rants, and I'm seeing guys just hissing and booing, and I'm hearing people behind me, this is sorry ball. And I'm like, brother, just take time, relax, man. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm looking at Ten Hag more than your players this time around, you know. I think if he doesn't fix up by Christmas, I think they're gonna sack him and give the job to Van Nistelrooy. I think that's why he's there, bro.
I
He's
think
lurking.
so. Van Nistelrooy has been groomed for the job, and the thing is,
Mm.
he's more loved than the players. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Like,
Mm.
I grew up when Van Nistelrooy came, and I watched Van Nistelrooy's whole time at Man United, and I've seen his whole career from Man United, Real Madrid, whatever, till he retired. And bro, like, the way he's loved by the fans is crazy. Like, it's mad. And he just towers over the manager anyway. He's just a big figure. And then on top of that, the fans love him and he loves the club. And I can see that they're grooming him to be the manager. And I'm cool with that. If Sancho ends up staying, which I don't think he will, but if he does, Rude likes him. So I know that he'll get minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, Rude was trying to get Javi Siemens in, and he kind of Rude likes to try and connect and play a little bit more. So, do you know what I mean? I'm optimistic enough that if we get Ruud van Nistelrooy in, I would give him the same amount of time that I would have given a Maresca, because I was open to having Maresca at Man United. I saw little links at the beginning, and obviously because we got Wilcox and we got Barada from City, I was hearing that he was one of the names that they were looking at, and I said, you know what, if we get him, you know what I mean, I'll take that, because it looks like everyone's doing the project manager thing now.
Facts. Everyone, bro. Company, he's at Bayern Munich. And look at the ballers that they've got over there. You know, Xabi Alonso, it won't be long before he ends up at Real Madrid. You know, everyone's doing it now, bro. Everyone's doing it. All these managers, Mourinho and that, these lot are past it, man. That's what Chelsea fans need to get their head around, They're nostalgia merchants, bro. Yeah, they think Mourinho's still the special one that came with black hair. The guy's grey now. Ashy grey, in fact. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what we're working with. Conte, I'm seeing Conte losing his shit already as well. That's another one. Who's on the way out.
Listen, Conte stays breaking down. Them OGs are dusted. Jose didn't make the Champions League qualifier. Like, football has moved past these managers. Like, Carlo's still here because he's still got one of the best squads in football. Do you know what I'm saying? But even Carlo's way of playing football right now, do you know what I mean? It's starting to be phased out. Like, the players are kind of bailing him out. Like, I watched Real Madrid the other day against Mallorca yesterday. They were fucking awful, mate. They were awful. Do you know what I mean? And they drew, but they easily could have lost the game. They were shit, bro. I'll be honest. It's like that kind of football, this no system, semi vibes football, like where I just set my team up not to concede and then I let them play. That don't really work no more in the modern game. You have to have some sort of structure.
You do, bro. Look at Ipswich. The first half against Liverpool, bro. You know, they couldn't keep up with the intensity for the whole time. But that's McKenna.
Was proper,
bro. That's McKenna. That was McKenna ball, and we were looking at him. Obviously, you lot were looking at him as well.
We were looking at him. I see why now, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If you give him some players, he's gonna cook.
Exactly, bro. So that's where football's moving. That's where football's moving. People need to get with it, man. Honestly.
No, they do. Like, I think McKenna. It's one of them ones. We got Van Nistelrooy now, but I could fully see the McKenna thing. At the time, I was like, nah, can't see it. Do you know what I'm saying? But the way they set up against Liverpool, they were causing them real problems. And even that 6 that they've got was quite good. I think is their captain. He impressed me as well, man. He was good. But yeah, it was just in that final third, they weren't able to do much. Yeah, that's it. But that's the problem. And this is why I always say with managers, you have to judge them based on the players they have. Because even if they set their team up well, a lot of the time in football, the team with the better players usually finds a way, bro. Like, it's very rare that your system can make up for a massive lack of quality for a sustained period in the season. It doesn't happen. Like,
and that's what I was saying about Company with Burnley, bro. Every time I'd watch these lot, Odegaard, he's just gone to Spurs, bro. He does everything well up until the final bit of quality, the end product. He just freezes, and I was seeing that from the striker. I was seeing that from the right winger as well. You know, but in terms of the build up, getting from back to front, it was working, bro. And I can just imagine him doing that with the likes of Musiala or Lise,
Paulinho playing as well. Like, them man are playing. I was watching them in pre-season, and without even their main names, their man were popping it.
Bro, they're my second favorites to win the Champions League, because I can't put them ahead of Real Madrid. But now they've even got Paulinho. You know what I'm trying to say? He's gonna cook at Bayern because he's got better players. He understands the game, and he's very competent in what he does. He's very forward thinking. Very modern. That's the best way to put it. Very modern.
He's proper. That's what I like it. Because the thing is, it's like, obviously he's had the Pep influence and that, but he likes physicality as well, bro. He was a physical player himself. Do you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So he's not a passive manager, bro. A very aggressive manager, and he likes to play. He likes to play a certain way. And this is why I said when people are like, "Our company don't deserve the job, he got relegated." I said, "What the fuck is he meant to do with Burnley, bro? Brother, they went into the season, yeah, not trying to stay up. They were literally they sold more than they bought. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that for a manager like company, yeah? And then you expect him to be successful? It's crazy. If Arteta's gone and got the Arsenal job with no first team manager experience, and Vincent Kompany's got Burnley promoted, and I watched Burnley play us off the park. Both games, even though we beat them, they cooked us with some no-name brand ballers. You give this guy Bayern Munich players, yeah, and you back him in the market, bro. He wins the league this season.
Facts. And even I was even saying last season, because we was linked to him as well. I promise he would have done a better job than Poch. He would have done a way better job than Poch. He would have not been playing Ben Chilwell left wing, bro. Yeah, he wouldn't have been playing Levi Cole left back, Disasi right back. He wouldn't be doing these things. Even with injuries, he wouldn't be doing these things. So, boy, people just need to be more open-minded. That's the thing, though, Rants. People don't like being open-minded about certain things, bro. They hate it. They hate it because they hate change. You know what I'm trying to say? Me, I'm all about being open-minded because I've seen my club buy big names and it ends up being a shit show where they end up being dead wood because you bring in a manager like a Lampard who's different to Tuchel, who's different to Conte. Now you've got a bunch of players that are just stuck from different systems. You got to get rid of them. That's what United have been doing over the years, and that's what Chelsea have been doing. But if you bring in a manager with a clear philosophy and you want to build towards that, like for example with us possession style football, you will never get to a point where you're buying players that you're completely misprofiling, if that makes sense. You'll always be getting players that fit your ethos, if you want to call it that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, facts. But that's what United haven't had for a while. We've never really bought players to fit a game model or whatever. We've just been buying players. Like even the Sancho team, we bought him, yeah. And
what was the plan?
We had no idea. There was no plan for him. Same with Pogba. We bought Pogba because he was available. We didn't buy him because we knew what we were going to play, what we were going to do with him. Because if we bought Pogba in, yeah, and we understood his profile, we would have never let Jose try and turn him into John Obi Mikel, blood. That would have never happened. That would have never happened. We would have built a midfield that would have allowed him to play football, bro. Like his first season, I think he played with Michael Carrick on his way out. And that's the best kind of player to play with a Pogba is someone that's going to do the first phase. I don't want Paul Pogba in the first phase. As much as Paul Pogba can pass, I don't want to see Pogba picking up the ball off the centre-backs. And they're doing the same thing with Kobe Mino now. Why is Kobe Mino picking the ball up off the centre-backs? That is not his profile, bro.
So what, you want to play like a 4-3-3 with a lone 6 and 2 8s? So Bruno and Mainu, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, or you can still play a double pivot, yeah, with one player that drops and one player that goes. Like when you had Jorginho and Kante, Jorginho dropped for the ball, and Kante was the 8. You can play a 6 and an 8 in a double pivot. You don't
a hybrid thing. Yeah. You
don't have to play a single pivot. Do you know what I'm saying?
What midfielder do you want then? I see you lot a link to Ugarte. You want him, yeah?
I'll take Ugarte, but I want Sander Berger more because he's a first phase number 6 who can play in a lone 6 and he can play in a double pivot and he can play in an 8. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want him. I don't really care about Ugarte. Like they love Ugarte because they see him as like the young Casemiro, innit? To do the pressing, which is fine.
Yeah.
But we need a player in the first phase. We need a Lavia, but we ain't got a Lavia. So
facts.
So that's what we need. So we need a player like that. And people are talking about Adam Wharton potentially long term. We could get. But yeah, cool. Let's go get Adam Wharton next season. And then you get Sander Berg in now as a stopgap. And then next season you go get the Wharton. You get me? But there has to be, you get the right profile. Like we went from Frankie de Jong to Casemiro. That's not the same footballer. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There needs to be some sort of continuity, bro, between if you get rid of this player, then you go and get this kind of player. Like you don't go from someone that's very ball dominant, first phase, good in a half turn to getting a destroyer.
Yeah, when you deep it, United, yeah, you've not had a profile like Carrick since Carrick, bro. You haven't had someone that could just pick up the ball and literally dictate the game. Someone that you know is gonna get on the ball a lot, bro. Like Cass, you already know Cass. He'll get the ball, he will just look and he will just either give it away or he'll do a nice pass into someone else. You can't trust him to get the ball and you know, do the jinky majinky like Lavia and all them things. He can't do it, bro. You know, so you're right, man. That's the sort of profile you don't need. I can't lie.
No, 100, bro. So Sanderberg gives us that. He also gives us height as well. He's 6'5", and he's very similar to Michael Carrick in the way that he plays. And that's what people. And the funny thing is, the beauty of Michael Carrick's game is when he was active, he was one of the most underappreciated players, and he was one of my favorite players. Couldn't get
he was one of my favorite players in the Prem. Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't spoken about more at the time. Yeah, maybe because of obviously Gerrard, Lampard, because he wasn't even
because he wasn't dynamic and he didn't score goals. He didn't get GA. He didn't really get assists and he didn't score goals. The running joke used to be, how come Michael Carrick can pass so well and he can't shoot? You know, the ones there. And then man got a brace against Roma. Other than that, Michael Carrick weren't scoring goals, bro. So because
that guy could dominate games, bro. Dominate games, bro. That's what he was. Just dominating games.
And this is what it is. He wouldn't score. And this is what it was. They only started to really start appreciating deep lying playmakers right at the end of Paul Scholes. Right at the end. You know them ones there were Scholes' legs, and they would talk about Scholes. But even Scholes would kick people. Carrick wouldn't even kick people. He'd just step in front, intercept, and then just play it off, bro. Like he was a proper Rolls Royce midfielder.
That's what I keep saying. Like when with Wharton, because I was even calling for this guy to get picked for England before it got done. I was like, bro, he reminds me of Carrick. Like when I see Wharton, I see a lot of what I was seeing with Carrick. Like left foot, right foot, very comfortable on the ball, playing it in between the lines, interceptions. That's Carrick right there, bro. That's a Carrick profile.
Now he's proper. So someone like Sanderberg, we need him for me because he raises the floor again. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then we got a player that can receive the ball, facing the goal, scan, turn, break the lines. Cass can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Well, he can't do that consistently. He can do that maybe 3 times out of 10. But the other 7 times, I'm worried he's going to underhit a pass, a shaky pass, or try to turn and get caught. Like, bro, it's not good enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, with United, I'm looking at your midfield in comparison to, like, even ours, you know, Arsenal's, Man City's. Where do you think you've actually improved this season, right? Is it more the attack that you're looking at more than anything, bro?
I think we've improved collectively, holistically, but it's one of them ones where I think the improvement in the team comes from, it seems like we have a way of playing now, and the players that we've brought in all fit that, if that makes sense. So like we've just improved based on the fact that we're recruiting for a game model, whereas before we was just recruiting for commercial, or we was recruiting because a man was available. We wasn't looking at profiles, because even when you look at the fact that we were looking at Brantford, I understand why we were looking at him. Not because I think he's a great footballer, but because his profile. He's tall, he's left-footed, can play left centre-back, right centre-back, also can play left-back. And he's quick across the ground. He can defend in wide areas. So when we are pressing really high, he gives us the recovery pace. He gives us the aerial. So I understand now. But before, we were just signing man for the sake of signing man for no reason. Like, De Ligt can play on the halfway line. Mazraoui can play on the halfway line. These man can play front foot halfway line. Xerxes plays in the little pockets that we need.
You think De Ligt can play on the halfway line?
He can play on the halfway line. He's very aggressive, you know.
I would love for him to try that. I would love for him to try that when we play you lot. It's going to be peak.
Nah, you know what it is? De Ligt's not as slow as people think. But also, the thing about De Ligt is people underestimate his physicality. Even if he gets caught, he'll foul you, bruv. Like, he has no problem taking that yellow card on the halfway line. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not super athletic, but he'll kick a man if he needs to kick a man. So
I don't think you lot are going to play a high line, though. I don't think
I think we will, but I think that it will change. I don't think it will be against every team. I think that, like how we played against Man City, I think against certain teams, we're going to drop off into a mid-block. And then against certain teams, we're going to play high.
A little bit higher.
I don't think we're going to play one way against everyone in it, which I'm okay with, because I don't want to do this same thing against everyone. But at the same time, I don't want to be cowards, bro, because I genuinely believe in the Community Shield. We paid City way too much respect, bro, and just sat off them. And I think if we got at them a bit like what you lot done, I think we could have beat them.
Yeah. No, you could have. You could have, to be fair. It's true, bro. It's true.
But you just let them have the ball. And I don't rate that. So it's one of them ones where I respect Postecoglou, yeah, his philosophy and the way he likes to play on the front foot and be aggressive. But you have to be objective, innit? Like football, it's a fight, innit? That's what it is. It's just like boxing, bro. You don't try and fight everyone the same way, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you'll come unstuck. You'll come unstuck, bro.
But
If you want
the question is though, is can Ten Hag adapt? That's the big question. Can he adapt to certain to different opposition?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But that's why I think that we just have to give him the players, because then once we give him the players, there's no excuse.
No excuses.
Loves an excuse.
And that's why I'm saying by Christmas, if he's doing the same shit, I think he's gone. I think they're gonna cool it quick, bro. Ineos. I think they're gonna cool it quick, bro.
I 100%. I think that a decision needed to be made by a certain time with Ineos, and the maths weren't mathing money-wise. And we know that to be the case right now, because even now we need to sell to buy. We're trying to get McTominay out so we can do the Sanderberg and the Ugarte thing. We can't sign anyone else before we sell. So we're trying to force Lindelof out now as well. Like,
I forgot about him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And obviously Wan-Bissaka's gone. And as soon as Wan-Bissaka went, we used that money to get De Ligt and Mazraoui. So it's out in. Like, our hands are tied. We don't have the money. So if we paid Ten Hag 11 mil to leave and then had to try pay a release clause or pay some money for a De Zerbi or something, and then we had to pay for Ashworth as well, before you know it, you spent 20 million, you ain't signed no one.
Facts.
And we couldn't afford to do that. We couldn't afford to do it. So it's one of them ones where when I look at Ten Hag, I think that what it is the Ten Hag stands, yeah. They want to die on the hill that he wasn't backed, even though he spent more money than any other manager in the period of time he's been here. So we back him, and then if he fails, what now?
Yeah. You can't be hearing this injury thing this season. You can't. No,
we got too much depth for the injury thing. The guy's gone from Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, yeah, and Johnny Evans or whatever. Now man's got Euro, De Ligt, Mazraoui, bro. Like, man can't be talking about injuries. I'm not trying to hear no injuries. Facts. We had Reguilon on loan. The guy had him sitting on the bench. We chased fucking Amrabat all summer to get him to not play him. The Brer played about 2 games at the end of the season, and people were saying, we should bring him back and that. This Brer was playing left back for 1 game and on the bench for the rest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, our seasons last year were very parallel, bro. Like, Poch and Ten Hag were doing similar things. They both didn't know how to use the squad. They were both having poor in-game management. They both had a poor injury record, bro. You know? So, boy, you know, I've got Rasmus out already, Euro out already. I honestly don't see United maintaining their fitness with this guy as your manager. Yeah, obviously you've got a new medical team now, but again, similar to Poch, this guy makes these guys work in training, and that's only going to lead to more injuries. You know, with Maresca, bro, like possession style football, he does the ball work first before any sort of fitness. Yeah, obviously we still need to get our players fit, but bro,
you play yourself into fitness anyway, bro. You're playing
exactly. We went into yesterday's game, Rants, with everyone fit, barring Reece James. Last season, we had 6 guys out already. You know what I'm trying to say? So, boy, I can see already that the style of play is hopefully going to minimize things. With Ten Hag, I just don't see it, bro. I can see more guys getting injured with him as well, man. Honestly.
Yeah, this is it. And you know what's crazy? Yeah, like man is saying, there's a misconception that Ten Hag can't adapt, bro. Sitting 10 men behind the ball on the edge of our box is not really adapting. You know them as like, why am I saying that that's adapting, bro? That's not adapting, bro. That's called parking a bus, bro. Like, that's what that's called. Like, there's different ways to set up. We seen Emery adapt with the mid-block 4-4-2 and stuff like that. The way Man United play, super deep and that, and then trying to hit man on the break, that's not really adaptation, bro. Like, it's not rocket science. Any team can play like that. I
think all he did was just go back to the basics.
Yeah. You literally just said, when we lose the ball, all you man sit all the way back, and then when we get the ball, we hoof it long to Rashford and Garnacho when they run after it, bro. Like, that's like, bro, there's not a lot of technicalities here that's needed. Do you know what I mean? There's not.
With Ten Hag, he's a sort of manager that I look at now and I'm like, he kind of waits for moments a lot of the time, bruv. He waits for moments. I mean, this time round, I'm seeing more patterns. To be fair, like in the final third, I'm seeing you lot creating a few more chances, like you're saying. And I think Xerxes will help. I think he created the most chances for Bologna last season, innit?
Yeah,
Open play or something
baller.
like that. So he can link up quite well. And obviously Rashford did quite well when he had Weghorst, who was linking up with him. That's when he scored all those goals. Yeah. So maybe he can unlock that side of Rashford. But yeah, it's gonna be a big season for Ten Hag, man. I'm looking at him more, man. Trust me.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, bro. Like I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how it's gonna pan out for him. I don't really see him here, but I think my biggest problem with him is his team selection. Even if we get him all the players, I don't trust him to play the right players, because the players that he favors, now he's still trying to do this Mount and Bruno experiment. Them two can't play together. So I don't know why he's still trying to do it, bro. There are two players here that are better off the ball than on the ball.
Surely he drops Mount when Xerxes starts, though, or when Rasmus starts.
He has to, but then Mount's on 240k, yeah, or 250k, and has the number 7, bro. What it look like having your number 7 sitting on the bench as a squad player?
But Rants, he can't start him right wing ahead of Ahmad and all these guys, and he can't start him on the left either.
I put nothing past this manager.
That's the thing. I won't be surprised if he does it, but surely he can't. Surely.
Brother, I couldn't say that confidently. Like,
if he was to start Mason Mount right wing, yeah, or Bruno right wing and Mount in the 10, yeah, and leave Ahmad and that on the bench, even Anthony and that on the bench, boy, I would just sack him on the spot. I would sack him on the spot for that. Honestly.
I hear it. But bro, I think it's a possibility. I genuinely think it's a possibility that Mount gets more game time than he should, just because the manager probably thinks that he gives us more defensive. He gives us more defensive cover, but
yeah,
when he checks nothing on the ball.
When he checks that data, he'll be seeing how often he's won the ball back and how he's pressing and that. He's gonna be like, yeah, we need to shoehorn this guy in. Yeah,
but the thing is, he presses and wins the ball better than Bruno. But then Bruno is more useful on the ball than him. So
you just have to hope. What it is, yeah, you just have to hope that Ahmad will bag goals, will get assists, and will actually be effective. Because I like him, but he wasn't good the other day. Let's be real, he wasn't good the other day, innit? So like, he now needs to take his opportunity to not allow Ten Hag to do stupidness. Because if you're not performing,
no, I don't. You know what I don't like about the Ahmad situation? Like I was saying to people, yeah, certain players have to pay their rent every day, blood, and certain players can pay their rent once a month, innit? And Ahmad's one of them players that, because he ain't got the PR of these other players, yeah, if he's not getting GA, he's the easy one to drop.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point, though, Rants, because I know that he doesn't fancy him. So what I'm saying is, right now, he needs to take the opportunity himself and say, yo, I've got to be bagging and assisting, so there's nowhere for him to hide if he tries to drop me. Because if he's not doing that, because ultimately, bro, your attackers are there to get GNA. You need to be effective. You need to put up some numbers. You know, you can't be having a season like Anthony, bro, if you're starting week in, week out. Eventually, if he was to get dropped, no one would be looking at it and saying, oh, you can't be dropping him. If he's scoring in that and he drops him, then that's when the pressure is going to be on Ten Hag for Mount to perform on the wing, or for Bruno to perform on the wing. So Ahmad has to take this opportunity, bro. He has to, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man said that, what, are you man seen a video of Maresca reaction to the fans shouting at the team? Nah, I ain't seen it. Well, but Don said they were like hissing and that in the build-up and that. So what, was Maresca wilding?
Maresca was just like this, like, and he folded his arms and just shook his head, didn't it? Yeah, bro, he had a similar thing with Leicester as well. But like I've already said, bro, fans are fickle. As soon as we start winning games and we go on a little winning run,
they'll shut up, innit?
They'll shut up.
No, I hear it. And yeah, I agree with this. I don't think Ahmad, and it's not even bad games, bro. The thing is, in football, because these people are fucking, they're dopamine addicts, bro. It's like, it's not even having a bad game. You can just have a good, steady game of football and keep the ball moving. Don't lose the ball. Help your team and build up. But unless you're involved in the final actions, man are turning around and saying you didn't do anything. That's the most common thing, yeah. I hear with football fans, but he didn't do anything. What do you mean he didn't do anything, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what they kind of do with the Caicedo thing. They be like, oh yeah, he didn't do nothing. But it's like, he did, bro. Like, literally, man's cleaning up, winning the ball, moving it along. And with Ahmad, he gets the ball, give and go. Do you know what I'm saying? He drags defenders away. He knows when to hold the ball, when to play it 2-touch, when to drift inside, when to link. And if
But the
he's
thing
not,
is though, Rants,
his
this is the
name's not
thing.
on the end thing, man are saying he didn't do nothing.
We see all those little intangibles, yeah, but certain managers, how they view the game's different. He will go to the data first of all, and he'll see the pressing. He'll be like, okay, I would rather a presser ahead of everything that you've mentioned.
That's
the problem. That's Ten Hag. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. The way he visualizes the game is different. Whereas Vinicius, for example, he'll be looking at it and he would like someone like Ahmad, for example. He likes technical players. I can tell, you know. So yeah, bro, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, man.
Nah, it is, bro. But I don't know, man. I don't know if Ahmad gets the time. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that he's probably got 2 more games, and if he doesn't bag, he's getting benched for Garnacho. Yeah, he's getting benched for Garnacho. I could see it already. Rashford's been awful. Like pretty much most of the preseason, I think he had 1 decent game, and Rashford will be allowed to play himself into form. This is just what it is. Man United fans, they don't like football, bro. I'll be honest. Them man just like man that run and just work hard for the team, bro. Like even
like
the
Chelsea
argument,
fans, bro.
yeah,
I swear down.
I think it's just a British thing, blood. I'll be honest. I think
they love ugly footballers, isn't it?
Yeah, they love ugly players, bro, that just run around and do the Braveheart shit. This is what they like. It's a British thing, bro. I'll be honest. This is why they rate players like Declan Rice and that and Gallagher and Mount and these guys.
Don't let me get started on him, yeah, because I'm already seeing the discourse now. Certain Arsenal fans asking questions about does he work in R8? You know, does he work in that position? You know, this is a guy who's basically come out and said himself he's still learning the role. He's better defensively, but on the ball, he's learning how to create. Imagine that. Imagine that, Rants.
Bro, listen, it's horrible. Like, the guy's not good enough on the ball, yeah, to be a 6 or an 8, bro. Like, he's a centre back.
No. He's definitely a 6, yeah, but he has to be in a pivot. He has to be in a pivot.
But a dusty 6, bro, because the thing is, yeah, it's like there's different types of like combative midfielders, if you want to say. You've got like your Casemiros, your Agates and that, and then you've got your Jorginhos, your first phase guys. He's not good enough to do any of them, because even if you look at it, yeah, even if you look at him, yeah, the difference between him and a Casemiro, even though he's more mobile than Cass actually reads the game. Rice don't read the game. Like, he's always crashing. You know them ones. Every time I see him, he's running and crashing into players and tackling them, and it's all
to be fair to him, he does intercept the ball quite well.
But he's not a screener like Caicedo. Caicedo will screen, read danger, step in, take it, play it off. His thing is always, slide, just got there. You know them ones there.
I get that, but I can't lie. I think Rice is very good off the ball, yeah, in terms of like winning it back and obviously showing like, a lot of energy and that. But in modern day, again, going back to modern day football, bro, yeah, he can't progress the ball the way what we're seeing from Lavia, bro. Imagine Rice trying to turn and that on the half turn, doing what Lavia was doing in the first phase. Impossible. That's why you need him next to like you said, like a Jorginho and that, yeah. Because for me, like I've said, I still look at that like him playing in an 8. There's still a big hole in that midfield, bro. I can think of many midfielders that would do better in that position than a Declan Rice. You know, like I said, they're gonna love him off because they feel like he's helped their team defensively, which he has, to be fair. But offensively, bro, going forward, he's not an 8. He's not an 8, bro. I'll keep saying this. He's not an 8.
He can't pass and he can't shoot. So even when he's getting into areas, it's like you'd rather it fell to anyone else but him. Like, it's a weird one, innit? Because they spent so much money on him, they have to justify it with the extreme propaganda. But he's not good enough, bro. This is just what it is. He's not good enough, really.
Bro, thank God they didn't get Caicedo. Because if they had Caicedo playing as their 8, yeah, fuck me, mate. Because don't forget, they wanted this guy before Rice, before Arsenal fans try to slander what I'm saying and that. They're probably going crazy in the chat right now.
No, they did.
Yeah, they wanted Caicedo before Rice. They would not have signed both of them. No way. They would have signed Caicedo and that's it. And Declan Rice might have ended up at Chelsea. Yeah, Rice playing in Poch's system last season would have absolutely. He would have been an absolute mess. We saw it for England this year, right? Where he was playing in so much space, he struggled. That's exactly what Caicedo had to deal with.
And then man was screaming to get Kobe Mino in there to hold his hand, Declan Rice.
Do you know what I'm saying? Rice would have been fighting for his life under Pochettino, bro, on all that space, bro. You know? He's just lucky that he's in a good, well-oiled machine. That's the main thing with him. But for me, like I said, there's many other eights you can play in that position, bro. Even if you want to go get Morgan Gibbs-White at Forest, I think he'll do a better job in that position there because he works hard off the ball as well.
Yeah, and he's better on the ball.
Better on the ball as well. Way more creative.
No, 100%. But this is just what it is. So again, like profiles do matter in certain systems, and I think that Arteta has almost admitted that he made a mistake with Declan Rice by moving him into the 8 because he brought him as a 6.
Yeah,
he brought him as a 6, and then he realized he can't play there. That's what happened. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones, bro, because they started the season with him in the 6, and Havertz in the 8, and then he realized that this brother cannot play in the 6. So now they're relying on Partey's fitness, and that's probably why they're trying to get Marino in because they can't rely on Partey's fitness. So it's one of them ones where, like, I don't know why.
Is it Marino more of an 8 though instead of a 6?
I think so, but don't be surprised if he uses Marino deeper.
Oh,
don't be surprised.
Listen, I haven't watched much of Marino apart from the Euros, innit? So I don't even know what he's like defensively. Chat, let us know. Do you know what he's like defensively, Rants? If there was to play him as a 6, I haven't really watched much of him.
I have no idea, my bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I need to go do some research on that one. You know, I've got my Y Scout. People like to mock me about, but let me go watch this guy defensively, bruv.
No, I hear you in it. So, bro, I think it's going to be a very interesting season. I don't think there's any standouts. Like even with Man City, if Gundo goes back there, that's the title done, innit? That's the title done. I'm saying it from now. If Gundo goes back there, with from what I've seen of Savinho, he looks like a real player.
Right. Watching that guy in person, bro, ridiculous. It's making me just want. It's like, bro, bring me Esteval now. Like, bring me Esteval tomorrow. I don't want to wait a whole season to have to get Esteval. That guy was just cooking Cucurella, bro. Cooking him.
Easy work. Do you know what I mean? He's a proper baller. If Gundo goes back there, because when they're missing Rodri, they're supposedly like they can't play the same way. Gundo cuts all that out because he can just step in a 6 and just do what he needs to do. If Gundo goes back there, that's the title. Man might as well just lock off the thing now.
Do you think he goes back there?
Yeah, I do, because it's a family thing, bro. His wife loves Manchester. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's one of them things where he's probably looking at it where he'll get the money that he wants and he gets to go back to the dressing room. He already knows the manager. He already knows the manager that bought him and made him captain. I think he was Pep's first signing. He was. Yeah. So for me, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Like, he doesn't need to go to the Middle East for money, bro. Like he still sees himself as a competent footballer, or else he wouldn't have gone to Barca. He would have left City and gone for the money then.
It's true.
I think that he sees himself as he's still got more to offer football. So I don't see him going to like the Middle East. I could easily see a City. I could easily see him going back to City.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, man. That'll be interesting because right now, whilst we're on a little hiatus, not winning the league, I can't have Arsenal doing it, bro. I can't have them not doing it. You know, I know Man City are just right now they're clearing us in that year. But listen, Pep ain't gonna be here forever. You know, so whilst I'm taking a little break, they can have their little moment. You know what I'm trying to say? But I can't have these gooners doing it. Impossible.
I'm with you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
No way.
Not comfortable when they're decent. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I ain't really trying to see them man do nothing, man. Big up you lot. Make sure you smash up the likes, man. Let's get these up, man. Let's get those up, man. I get at least 700 people. We're in 637. Let's push those up. We got Red Talk coming up with Faz as well, so I'm gonna redirect it there. Make sure you follow Don's channel, man. The link is in the title, people. Click that. Let them know what you got coming up on the channel throughout the week, bro.
Yeah, man. So I should be going live tomorrow. Obviously speaking about the game today, I'm quite busy with work. Obviously the Spurs game. I'm on Potts' channel later on today as well at 7 o'clock before the Spurs game. But yeah, man, there's going to be a lot of content this week. Just again speaking about the game. Obviously we've got a game on Thursday as well, man. We're playing Europa Conference now, so it's peak. We're playing some.
Man, dubbed you in that tournament, bro. That would have been off.
Thanks to you lot. Thanks to you lot, man. But yeah, man, big up the chat, man. I've liked today's show, man. Big up Rants for the shout as well, man.
Come on, do you know what I'm saying? So you guys know where to find it. Yeah, man. Same time, same place every week, people. You know what it is. We're gonna redirect to Red Talk with Faz, guys, at 4 o'clock. So in half an hour. So you got time to grab a food or something. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys back here in a